Look, I'm already hitting my recording, so we're going to do our intro live, all right? You know what we're here to do? You know what we're here to read? We are here to read Lord of the Mysteries. If you like what you're going to see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys. I don't hear my music. Wait, what the? I am playing System of a Down. I cannot play this. 1 second. Hey, I already forget the intro. I'm freaking my own honorific. Less than 48 until all of them are leaked. What are we talking about? Less than 24 hours until episode 9 of 13 China. Oh, I know. I'm so mad. Why can't we do that here in the States? Crunchyroll, man, we got to do this. Well, here for now. I'm not ready for tomorrow. I'm gonna cry like a little bitch. I got my piano. You guys have never seen my piano? My beautiful Williams piano. I don't think I've ever told you guys. I have a piano. I've had a piano for years. That's gonna come out for tomorrow's episode. But here, we're getting straight into a fight. Chapter 982. Bizarro, Sorcerer versus Parasite. So if you like what you guys are going to see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because the statistics say that only 20% of you guys are subscribed. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. My curse too strong. No. Wait, I'm sorry. I messed up. Okay, I don't know what the stats are on the sub to video viewership. Wow, this is a really scuffed intro because I'm feeling a little rushed today because now we only have an hour and 40 minutes to stream. Oh my god. Okay, let's just read. Let's just read. Scuffed intro, but let's just read. We're doing it live. The reader who stalls for eternity. The tamer of beasts and dogs. The one who farms LOTM. Easy Geeky is reading 982. Hope you guys are ready. Should be fun and exciting, even though we only have an hour and 40 minutes left. All right, chapter 992 is called Bizarro, Sorcerer versus Parasite. Please, Ellie, don't start barking that you want to go out. Just chill, have a good nap, take some rest, and we'll hang out in a little bit, maybe later tonight. When he cast his gaze towards the garden, the scene of the area was naturally reflected in Klein's mind. In a dark corner concealed by the flowers, grayish-white rats spun around wildly like they had been possessed. And I need to loop the music before I forget. Okay, it's been looped. They kept squeaking as they attempted to push away their own kind and enter the core area. In the core area lay a gray rat the size of an adult, low and short hair, a particular cat breed. Damn, that's a fat rat. Its eyes were slightly red like congealed blood. Its tail was swishing about rapidly, seemingly in a bid to vent the irresistible feeling within. And whenever ordinary size-up rats approached, it would grab them and bite them. So gross. It would grab them and bite them to their deaths, causing the rat corpses to pile up around it. But even so, they didn't stop their rats from surging over it. Upon seeing the scene, Klein suddenly had two thoughts. First, having his intuition boosted by the gray fog was a boon for a... Boon is good, and yes, boon is good. Okay, boosted by the gray fog was a boon for a bizarre sorceress controlling a spirit body threads. This was an apparent in open areas when the owner of the spirit body threads could be instantly determined. But when the inside of a bustling city or a place with many buildings, bizarre sorcerer who lacked X-ray vision, okay, were unable to determine the owners of the spirit body threads that bunched up from afar. It made it difficult to accurately lock onto an enemy unless they did something special, making them stand out from others. Of course, bizarre sorcerers could also ignore the possibility of collateral damage and just indiscriminately control their targets. Second, the Marauder Pathway Demigod. Okay, here we go. The Marauder Pathway Demigod that parasitized the rat was already on the verge of losing control. Oh, shit. Hazel's master lost control, was on the verge of losing control. Not only was it several times bigger when a road showed it, but its condition appeared very unstable. It was filled with a violent and crazy aura. Thankfully, I came in time. If I had waited a few weeks, who knows what kind of tragedy would unfold. A thought flashed through Klein's mind. Illusionary black threads appeared in front of him. Spread by the threads. At this moment, he was less than 50 meters away from the mutated rat, making it completely feasible for him to control the spirit body threads. Oh, shit. This is sad. Now, I wonder if Hazel's going to be watching all this. Man, my face looks so glossy today. I'm sorry. You can tell it's kind of rushed. I didn't clean up today. My pores are kind of popping out today. Ew. And at this moment, the huge rat with slick fur noticed something. It hurriedly stood up, and it turned its head towards the kitchen. A glint flashed in his dark red eyes, instantly leaving the young man wearing a silk hat and a black suit pause in his spot. It had stolen the main thoughts of the antagonizer for the next 2 seconds, leaving his mind blank. Furthermore, it didn't do the follow-up actions that a Sequence 5 Dream Stealer would have done. It was cool seeing the Dream Stealer and Grozel's. Send a trailer to Easy when he have a lot of time for the stream. We have a trailer? Okay, wait, hold up. I don't know what trailer to talk about. DM it to me. Right on the heels of that, the rat raised its right forelimb and attempted to steal the enemy beyond his powers. At its level, it was able to steal 3 beyond her powers from the same target and possess them for 2 hours. Of course, one attempt was limited to 1 power. At this moment, the gigantic rat's thoughts turned extraordinarily sluggish. The actions of it using its powers seemed to be bound by invisible threads, making it appear extremely what? Lethargic. I have not said that word in a while. Okay. Initial control of its spirit body threats had been obtained. Its success at stealing Sparrow's thoughts and throwing him into daze was merely an illusion, a bizarre sorcerer's illusion creation. Before Klein properly began controlling its spirit body threats, Klein had already switched to places with Uni, the Lucky. As a marionette didn't possess any self-consciousness or thoughts, it was immune to beyond her powers of thought usurpation. Oh, okay. Okay. How could something that didn't exist be stolen? That makes sense. Thank you, Cammy. Oh, that's what it meant? Okay. Got it. And in order to trick the Marauder Pathway Demigod, Klein used his illusion powers, which had experienced a qualitative upgrade. He had also deliberately made Uni, who wore Sparrow's appearance, put on the corresponding act. Alright. At this moment, he was outside Mach's Moose Manor. His straight line distance from the gigantic rat exceeded 500 meters. However, this didn't stop him from controlling his opponent's spirit body threads. This is because a bizarre sorcerer could gift his beyond powers to his marionette. This included control over his spirit body threads, the core for converting a target into a marionette. This also means that if there weren't any other restrictions, a bizarre sorcerer could use their marionette and extend their control of spirit body threads from a... That is far. What is that range? 150 meters to an unlimited range? After as long as there was a marionette placed every 1,000 kilometers, he could relay on extending his influence by gifting his... What the fuck is my reading, dude? Wait, by gifting his beyond her powers? What is his range, dude? Literally, that's what it meant by unlimited range. So if you have them literally spaced out... Oh, wow, okay. Of course, there was no ability in the world without restrictions. On the one hand, Klein's maximum number of marionettes was 50, so within those 50, okay. And it was currently impossible to exceed this number. On the other hand, it would exceed once he digests his potion. The only thing that the Bizarro Sorcerer couldn't give to his marionette was the ability to think and be self-conscious. Yet, do you want to see a PV for a different LTM-inspired show? Hell yeah, we'll check it out. You know what? You want to quickly peek it once we're done with this chapter? Oh, you know, we'll peek at the last 10 minutes of stream. Therefore, the limit of using a marionette to control a marionette was the limit of his control over a marionette. 1,000 meters? Wait, so you can space them 1,000 meters apart, or you can space all 50 within 3,000 feet? Once he exceeded this range, the marionette wouldn't be able to do anything. Got it. In addition, by gifting his beyond powers to his marionette, a bizarre sorcerer was effectively separating a maggot that was related to his mystical creature form. It was transformed into his marionette's body via the spirit body threads. Oh. Kind of like the worms of time that AMON, like the ones they use right now. Oh, that makes sense. Just like how all of them had like a freaking worm of time in them. Now they have their own worm. Like, I mean, not their own worm. They have their own maggot. Got it. That's related to his mythical creature form. It was transformed into his marionette's body via the spirit body threads. Unless he had prepared via giving the same marionette additional maggots, the marionette lacked the means of separating another maggot when converting a new marionette or giving the new marionette his beyonder powers. And at present, Klein could only... Whoa, I lost my voice today. And at present, Klein could only split a maximum of 50. Exceeding this number exerted a huge burden in his spirit body and produced signs of soul fracturing. We don't want that. The recovery was impossible without effective treatment. It was possible to not recover even with his excellent treatment. It would only increase the possibility of losing control. Therefore, through Klein's experiments, the maximum distance he could control the spirit body threads was 1,000 plus 150 meters. 1,000 plus, but then... the marionette in and of itself has a 150 meter range. Got it. And to be able to fully control a new marionette, it was needed to be within 1,000 meters at the same time. If the marionette were to die, the maggots inside the body would return to his body according... Oh, it returns to him according to the law. I'm going to have to reread this off stream. Okay. It would return to his body according to the law beyond a characteristics convergence. However, there was a chance of experiencing a loss if the process was interrupted. While the Marauder Pathway Demigod's actions turned sluggish, the rats that had previously been turned into marionettes rushed out from Uni's side. They aimed at the garden, opened their mouths and bid to use the air cannon to cleanse the target's location. Suddenly, a dark red glimmer lit up the gigantic rat's eyes. Instantly, Sparrow appeared in the dark corner of the garden amidst the dead rats. As for Marauder Pathway Demigod, it had arrived inside the kitchen where there were plenty of items on the table. It had stolen Sparrow's position. Oh, shit. Bang, bang, bang. The marionettes rats shot out their air cannons without being able to stop midway, hitting the spot where Gurmit Sparrow was standing. It left the souls splattering and threw their flowers into the sky. It alarmed the servants in the manner their bodies trembled violently. They had no idea what was happening and could only frankly run for shelter. Yo, this is good. We'll love to say it, but internet connection, that's okay. We'll have it up right away. This entire garden was leveled by air. The entire garden was leveled by an air cannon. Thinning. I like how we went from air bullets to air cannons. Now I'm like, what's after air cannon? Like an air bazooka or like an air pylo? Like I'm trying to figure out what's after air cannon. You know, thinning the layer of soul within. If Klein hadn't directed the attack in that direction, the manor's main building probably would have collapsed. Amidst the flying dust, the rats were left dismembered, but Gurmit Sparrow remained standing there uninjured. Winner Uni had just released all the good luck he had accumulated. I forgot he can accumulate an air nuke. Oh, shit. An air Death Star? Air laser. You know what? Yeah. An air Death Star or like an air nuke. Damn, it's going to be... I feel like you guys are giving me a little tease, all right? Oh, it's good. That air cannon is definitely level up. I feel like there's enough chance for one more level up. However, his control over the gigantic rat spirit body threats had been terminated as a result. And there were only... Oh, because he released all his accumulated good luck? And there was only a limited number of spirit body threads. The rat marionettes were unable to interfere, for it might create pandemonium and cancel each other out. Hazel's teacher, the Marauder Pathway Demigod, took this opportunity to regain its freedom. Then it turned around and raised its right form at Gurmit Sparrow, instantly stealing his beyond powers of controlling spirit body threads. Oh, shit! So now he can't use his freaking marionette powers, okay? As a sequence 4 demigod, it could accurately steal the powers of the target. Oh, so you can... It's not randomized. You can accurately steal whatever you want, the power of the target. Typically, there were 3 options, and with a better understanding, the higher the chance of success was. And this time, its luck was pretty good. Of course, if the target's level was much lower, and it was clear, and they clearly knew the target's situation, it could steal anything it wanted. Just as it lowered its right paw, the Marauder Pathway Demigod raised its left paw. The rat marionettes slumped to the ground and could hardly turn their bodies. This was a large-scale theft that stole the rat's ability to walk. I feel like they'd be good at playing GTA. This freaking rat beyonder. Right on the heels of that, countless magical symbols appeared in the gigantic rat's eyes. It rapidly decrypted the puzzle and found where Klein was. With a red glint, it raised both paws and instantly appeared beside Klein. This time, it had stolen the distance between... The fuck? It stole the distance between the two? What? You can steal the distance between you and opponent and close a gap? What the fuck? This time it had stolen the distance between the two. At this moment, the thin-faced young man in front of the rat vanished, replacing him with a gray rat. Oh shit, he switched. And around the surrounding trees, worms began crawling out as they opened their mouths. That's so gross. Imagine what a monk can do. It's just so fucking good. This rat, I got a tear in my eye. This rat is already so fucking strong, dude. Look, I got genuine tears. Oh, shit, dude. This is going to be a good volume, huh? Oh, this is going to be a good volume. Oh, shit. I'm so hyped up right now with a fucking rat fight. The possibilities, bro. Happy first demigod fight. Oh, this is so cool. I do find it funny that our first demigod fight as a demigod is against a rat, but you know, it's still a demigod. It's so cool, dude. Oh, this is so hype. Bang, bang, bang. Air cannons bombarded that gigantic rat and ordinary rats. With Klein, while Klein was... How are we even supposed to fight him on if he can, like, specifically target the powers you want to... Like, he wants, you know? Like, I don't... What? If this rat can specifically target Klein's abilities, how are we supposed to face off against him on? Getting hyped up. I'm getting hyped up against a fucking rat. This shit's badass, dude. I fucking love Lord of the Mysteries. Air cannons bombarded that gigantic rat and ordinary rats. R.I.P. Holy shit. While Klein was controlling the marionettes in the moon manner, he didn't forget to convert his new marionettes around him. I would have forgotten. This was, after all, a basic trait of Bizarro Sorcerer, then swapping his body with a marionette. He had set up a simple trap. Dust and Soul flew... Oh, with the power of friendship? Oh, dude, I swear. We better not get a final... I don't want no fairy tale bullshit. Oh, wait, hold up. I liked fairy tale for a long time. I did not like the final arc. The power of friendship was a little too strong towards the end. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want no power of friendship, talking no jutsu at the end of this series. But if that's where we go, if it's justified, I have zero complaints. If it's a justified Power of friendship moment like Kingdom Hearts, because I love Kingdom Hearts, I will take it. Dust and Soul flew high into the sky as a rat parasitized by the marred pathway demigod was completely inundated by it. I said that wrong. After everything settled down, a strong scent of blood emanated from the huge crater. There were pieces of flesh everywhere. Dead. Klein looked at the blast-filled scene with the eyes of his surrounding marionettes. They're all looking at the blast zone. However, he quickly frowned because there wasn't any signs of beyond characteristic appearing. It escaped. The power of friendship is sequence 0. Stop it. You guys are making me laugh way too much right now. As his thoughts raced, Klein took out a gold coin and flicked it. As the gold coin landed, scenes surfaced in his mind. Revelations from his astral projection compared to the past. As a demigod, Klein could use such a simple divination to obtain more information, so his divination got enhanced. Compared to the past, as a demigod, Klein could use such a simple divination to obtain more information. Gold coin landed. Scenes. Wait, so all he does now, flips the coin, and that basic revelation from his astral projection. Okay, so that enhanced. In Your Name. That's a really good movie, by the way. All right, next chapter, 983. When the flicked gold coin landed in his palm. Wait, so just to clarify, Martin, that's basically what's happening. Like, he doesn't need to go above the Great Fog, do like a divination and whatnot, or like use his top-ass pendant. A simple gold coin flick was able to give him that much info. It gave him just as enough or more info than when he would go above the Great Fog. Great Fog can still remove the interference. Got it. All right, wait, so music changed when you read, then he saw a chuckling figure walk out of the woods. What the? Okay, that sounds kind of hype. Palm. When the flicked gold coin landed in his palm, Klein didn't even see if it was heads or tails. This is because his mind was fixated on a particular scene. Amidst the woods, the clouds. Wait, amidst the woods already? Wait, something had to walk out of the woods. Okay, amidst the woods, a cloud high in the sky failed to completely conceal the stars that dotted the black velvet sky. The humming, clicking, and thrumming sounds of the insects spread far into the night. Insects? Holy shit, hold up. AMON can fucking parasitize insects and literally air particles in of itself, okay? Mixed with the two commotions of the two explosions inside of Moose Manor. I feel like AMON would be drawn to this, right? Just by default because of the law beyond kind of read. Like, oh, a demigod of Mirard is fine. Let me go check it out. Klein rapidly used his knowledge from astronomy and he roughly gauged the exact location of the scene. Then his okay, he can gauge it just like that. Then his body phased away, appearing beside Uni before grabbing his shoulder. During this process, Klein collected the transparent maggots he had implanted in the rat's insects before severing the connection of the spirit by the threads. In just 2 seconds, he vanished from Moose Manor, which was gradually turning chaotic and noisy. Teleporting to the spot they had seen in his mind, the air was identical to the revelation which Klein had received. It was extremely silent to the point of being able to hear the breeze wafting through the leaves and trees. Illusionary black threads representing all the creatures of spirituality in the region surface in Klein's vision. So you can see all the insects and creatures in there. He can see all their threads. There were copious numbers of them, dozens being of a gross understatement. To sieve through them and determine which was the problematic one couldn't be accomplished in a short amount of time. Oh, I got here the perfect time. Get out of here, bro. However, he wasn't in a rush because he had confirmed one thing. AMON is in this chapter. We've confirmed AMON. This is a long chapter. Hold up. There's like one extra page. His divination results could be trusted as long as the Marauder Pathway demigod didn't possess any high-level items. Okay. After becoming a Bizarro sorcerer, not only were his powers elevated, the Grey Fox powers also seeped deeper into reality. With these two combined, it made his divination powers far more outstanding than most saints, even without heading above the Grey Fog. It was unlikely that he was weaker than the Beyonder if it... I have a theory. Oh, I have a theory. Oh, I have a banger-ass fucking theory right now that I'm going to say after this chapter. You guys better fucking buckle up. I just figured out the ending. It was unlikely that he was weaker than the Beyonder, the Fate pathway of the same sequence. In contrast, the Marauder pathway demigod's conditions was in shambles with its strength at all-time low. Therefore, Klein believed that the demigod was hiding in the woods and hadn't fled far. Due to such reasons, he believed that waiting patiently was the best solution. The Marauder pathway ending of the volume... I'll figure something out. The Marauder pathway demigod was relatively weak. It was in an unstable condition and close to losing control. After experiencing the intense battles and abandoning the rat's body, the situation only worsened. It was impossible to experience an improvement. Under such situations, if she didn't replenish herself or recover, it was only a matter of time before the problems cropped up. Therefore, Klein could wait while she couldn't. Wow, man, my voice. Was there lag? I'm not sure. On lag a bit. Oh shit, we back. Lag. The Marauder Pathway Demigod was relatively weak in an unstable condition and close to losing control. After experiencing the intense battle and abandoning the rat's body, the situation only worsened. It was impossible to experience an improvement. And as such, I feel like I skipped this. Let me read this part. We back? All right, we back. Let me read from up here. Let me just read one more paragraph because I feel like I skipped it. His divination result could be trusted as long as the Marauder Pathway Demigod didn't possess any high level. I read this. Okay. Therefore, Klein believed that the demigod was hiding in the woods and hadn't fled far. Due to such reasons, he believed that waiting patiently was the best solution. The Marauder Pathway Demigod was relatively weak and in an unstable condition and close to losing control. After experiencing the intense battle and abandoning the rat's body, the situation only worsened. It was impossible to experience an improvement under such situations if she didn't replenish herself or recover. It was only a matter of time before the problems cropped up. Therefore, Klein could wait while she couldn't. As the humming, clicking, and thrumming sound spread, Klein waited as he hurriedly converted marionettes. He made Uni leave the region and hide about 1,000 meters away. What is this range, bro? He kept note of the possibility of having... He's going to be able to have marionettes in fucking different regions, dude. I can literally see him... doing a summoning deed ritual and sending a marionette to, like, the... fucking city of silver to like just follow Derek. Like, he's gonna have such crazy ass range, bro. Meanwhile, he kept notes of the possibility of having his spirit body threads controlled as he recalled that the enemy had stolen the Beyond powers from his marionette. Suddenly he heard a sound that resembled the panting that came from deep within the soul. Right on the heels of that, a hysterical voice sounded from a tree diagonally ahead of him. Do I play the music now? I feel like I play the music. Right on the heels of that, a hysterical voice sounded from a tree diagonally ahead of him. Why are you forcing me? Why are you forcing me? Why are you forcing me? Then he saw a chuckling. Got it. Then he saw a chuckling. Amidst the sharp voice, the tree's outer bark rapidly peeled off, revealing the core wood beneath. And on its holes cracked, opening a strange worms with about 8 circles around them crawled 8 circles. The rings of time had 12. And this has 8 with about 8 circles around them crawled out. Oh, no, 8 circles around them crawled out. The transparent rings of these worms had many three-dimensional patterns with as though time was swirling through them. We're getting them on this chapter. Oh, shit. He's coming. He's coming, right? Suddenly, Klein lost all his thoughts, losing the beyond powers of air cannon. Oh, shit. Oh, Amon stole him. Amon stole it. Klein lost all his thoughts, losing the beyond powers of air cannon and paper figurine substitutes. He lost his belt, coat, and hat, making him appear like a sculpture of flesh. However, to a marionette, this wasn't too serious a problem. After all, it was no problem for his actual body. The lost powers could be retrieved by switching maggots. Ah, you're right. Even if the host gets killed, he can still switch to any marionette. Yes, upon hearing... Fuck is calling me right now? Oh, okay, there was a message. Upon hearing the panting, Klein had swapped places with Uni, and a winner like Uni had no need to worry about his pants dropping after losing his belt. This reminds me of fucking of Inns when his pants fell. His waist swelled in volume 2. Wow, so long ago. His waist swelled rapidly thanks to the powers of Faceless, stopping his pants from falling. New marionettes in the form of insects and rats crawled out and surrounded the mutated tree. At this moment, a voice with a hint of smell sounded from an unknown location. Oh, shit. Calm down. Don't be angry. Everything will be resolved. The voice was filled with a persuasive voice. The mutation of the tree slowed down as a ringed worm slowly shrank back down. Oh, it's being controlled. Is that so? Inside the tree, the vicious sounds, voices calmed down. There was some level of blankness to the voice, as though it was about to be convinced. As for Klein, he found the words extremely reasonable. Reasonable, okay? You guys have been saying that word like your life depends on it. Reasonable. Reasonable development, okay? Extremely reasonable. He couldn't help but reflect on the reason for pushing a demigod to the brink of losing control. He had a vague feeling that he had forgotten something. Oh, shit. They stole his thoughts. They stole his memory. That he had forgotten something, was unable to recall the true reasoning for coming. Then he saw a chuckling figure walk out of the woods. Okay. It's Amon. It's Amon. Oh, here we go. Oh. This song goes kind of hard, Cammy. Oh, shit. Okay, whoever made this song is cooking. So we have to remember to put this in the description, right? Okay. We have to put this in the description. Remind me. All right. I lost my fucking place, but it's okay. Chuckling. Then he saw a chuckling figure walk out of the woods. All right. Relax. I have the means to stop you from losing control. All you need to do is follow my instructions. He read too many manhwas, just a little bit. The figure was wearing a black trench coat that resembled a robe. Okay, okay, okay. That's half of him. That's half of the description. We just need to point a hat. He matched it with a black trousers and leather shoes. Amon doesn't wear leather shoes. He had a broad... Get the fuck out of here. Broad forehead? There's only one motherfucker with such a broad forehead. Hold up. It's the one and only. You can't see the chapter, right? I'm not showing my screen? Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go, here we go. He had a broad forehead and a thin face. Oh, shit, here we go. Wearing a tall hat. Oh, shit. Oh, this is hype. I got a tear by. Oh, shit. Wearing a tall hat and a striking crystal monocle. I still don't know who he is, and he's so hype. Whoa, the music is way too loud. Give me a sec, give me a sec. Music is way too fucking loud. Hold up. Okay, wearing a tall hat and a striking crystal monocle, he appeared extremely refined. I'm sorry, is this guy an ally or an enemy? Klein's gaze froze as a word resounded through his mind. Amon. Holy fucking shit. It's the man, the myth, the legend. Oh shit, the son of the ancient sun god. Okay. The person before him was Blasphemer, Angel of Time, Kings of Angels, the sun. That's such a lengthy ass title. I'm just easy geeky. Oh man, the person before him was Blasphemer, Angel of Time, Kings of Angels, the son of the creator Amon. That's such a badass title drop, dude. Although he... Oh, shit, hold up. The music is a little bit loud. Music is a little bit loud. I can already tell. Bit louder on our end. I got you. I got you. I can already tell. Oh, my God. Music is already really loud on my end. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Although he knew that it was merely an avatar, Klein didn't waste any time. He immediately abided by the deepest cries of his heart and used creeping hunger to phase away. He fucking yeeted. Big forehead. Must be Amon. He fucking yeeted. During this process, Uni snapped his fingers and lit the matches in his pocket and had fallen leaves a distance away. Let me raise the volume up now. Now you guys can't hear it. Distance away, allowing him to appear beside Klein with flaming jump. Klein grabbed him and vanished with him. He fucking dipped, dude. In the event that Amon tried to stop him, or if Uni wasn't able to return fast enough, Klein's plan was to abandon his marionette and travel far away. Under such circumstances, the death of a marionette to ensure his survival was definitely worth it. Luckily, Amon's attention was placed on the peeling trees. He didn't stop him, or should it be said, it was the case that he didn't have the time to stop him. After Klein and his marionettes vanished, Amon halted and turned to look at where the two were originally standing. As though in thought, he nodded slightly and scoffed. A Bizarro sort... What the fuck? He knows, dude. A Bizarro Sorcerer of Evernight. Oh, shit. Amon fucking knows everything. Nothing slips past him, huh? He then retracted his gaze and looked at the half-mutated tree and asked with a smile, a descendant of... The fuck? A descendant of Jacob? I'm sorry, who? A descendant of Jacob. The other marionette? Not the marionette. The marauder. Yes, do you know my ancestor? Inside the tree, the rat demigod asked as though it had grabbed onto a floating board while drowning. So she is a descendant of Jacob. Jacob. Amon stroked his chin and nodded indiscriminately. Of course. They tasted excellent? What? Yes, do you know my ancestor? He fucking ate them! Oh, shit. Okay. He was... So Jacob is one of them from the Marauder Pathway? Thank you, Alma. What the fuck? He ate them. They tasted excellent. Inside the tree, the descendant of the Jacob family fell silent. Only after a few seconds did a voice filled with horror utter, "You are Blasphemer Amon." Oh, this is so high. Oh, this is such a badass entrance, dude. Get the fuck out of here. "You are Blasphemer Amon." Inside the tree hole, the worm with rings began crawling out. However, they quickly stiffened as froze in their spot. They can freeze and spot. A Bizarro Sorcerer Evernight. That means Amon doesn't recognize Klein, which is very good for him. So, well, he recognizes Klein as... So he recognizes he's a Bizarro Sorcerer, but he doesn't... Oh, he doesn't recognize... Oh, he's Klein. He's the fool. He just says a Bizarro. Oh, so that means he's the Great Fog Enhanced. Okay. Wait, we can talk about that after. Okay, wait. Good food for thought. Thank you for bringing that up, Ascent. Amon adjusted the crystal monocle and said with a smile... Wait, I didn't loop the music. Let me loop it. I gotta loop it. Amon adjusted the crystal monocle and said with a smile, "That's too late now, isn't it? It might have been of some use if you had struggled and resisted from the beginning, but now, do you believe that I'm here on my own?" Do you believe that I'm here on my own? Yes. Is he not on by himself? As he spoke, the trees around him shook as the leaves of different trees ruffled. Oh! Birds leaped onto the branches and let out crisp chirping, and even the night breeze had an indescribable feel to it. You. The Jacob descended inside the mutated tree. Speech came to an abrupt halt. I'm sorry, is Amon not by himself? You. And then snap. Abrupt halt. Amon stuffed his hands into his pockets of his trench coat and casually laughed. Wait. So animals, birds sleep. I'm sorry. Has there ever been a point when like Klein looks into the sky and there's a bird passing? Because now I want to reread the series and I just want to read a sentence of him looking at it. Oh shit. Oh, in episode one of Lord of Mysteries Dunqua, there was a fucking rat. There was a rat running. Are you telling me that was Amon from the very beginning? A random rat running was Amon? Amon has been watching Klein this whole time? Is that what's going on? So birds leaped onto the branches and let out crisp chirping, and even the night breeze had indescribable feel to it. Okay. You, the Jacob descended inside the mutated tree. Speech came to an abrupt halt. That's anime only? Oh, in the book, there's probably some lines of Klein looking at birds or stuff. I can already tell it. Or when he's looking at the seagulls as German Sparrow. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is good. This is such a good series. Oh, the world building. Chef's kiss. Oh, shit. Amon stuffed his hands into his pocket of his trench coat and casually laughed. Holy fucking shit, dude. I heard that your family had split into tiny families with zero interaction, afraid that a lot of you will be caught by me, right? All right, didn't you establish a secret organization with Bizarro's descendants, as well as the other Beyonders of the Marauder Pathway? I believe it's called the Hermits of Fate. He's like, I'm gonna eat all of them, too. You're probably a member, aren't you? Wow, my nose is stuffy. This is hype. You're probably a member, aren't you? Let's see if I can replace you and infiltrate that organization. Okay? A secret organization meant to defend against Amon and deal with Amon. Has Amon participating in it? There were so many Amons in that sentence. What the fuck? Let me see if I can replace you and infiltrate that organization. Huh. A secret organization meant to defend against Amon and deal with Amon as Amon participating in it. Wow, my nose got really stuffy. This is so good. Just the thought of it is rather interesting. Holy shit, this is a good guy. I mean, I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I mean, this guy's a really interesting character. Having said that, he glanced at the mutated tree that was vigorously shaking and said, unfortunately, from what I can see from your fate, he can see their fate. You didn't undergo a good education in mysticism. You can't be a member of that organization. Are you the one? Are you? Oh, he was the only one. Are you the only one left of this Jacob family branch? You wish to seek out a secret treasure left by the Jacob family in Backland, but you ended up seriously injured for some reason that ended up sealed. Oh, shit. This is good. You even parasitized an ordinary animal. Dude, Klein has come such a far, like, Klein has progressed so much. Klein, there's 40 of you guys here. Klein has gotten so fucking strong, and he just left. Oh, man. I can't see. My eyes are so blurry. I got tears. I got shit in my eye right now. Oh, man. This is so good. I lost my place, but it's okay. You wish to seek out a treasure left by the Jacob family in Backland, but you ended up seriously injured for some reason that ended up sealed. Huh, you even parasitized an ordinary animal, yet there are signs of not talking to humans for an extended period of time. Aren't you very puzzled as to why you didn't receive any warnings about this from knowledge contained within the potion of the murmurs when you advanced to Secret 4? Yes, it's because... Wait, he deleted the ravings? Are you Amon? Shit, you fucking know it, bitch. Wait, I didn't mean to call you bitch, Sonny. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. You fucking know it, motherfuckers. Oh, shit. Wait, so he just deleted the mad ravings. Is that what he's implying? I'm losing my place. This is so good. I've deleted them. No. A sharp scream filled with anger and viciousness sounded. This was an indescribable pain in it. The mutated tree trembling intensified until it calmed down at some point. Screams of light flew out from within and surged into Amon's body. Wait, shit. Are you guys all fucking Amon in chat? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I got a tear by it. This shit is good. He is bad if you're in any apprentice. This is crazy. If in any apprentice, marauder, or seer pathway, but everyone else is fine. Now, I don't get how, like, but Klein hears Hornicus Flagera, right? If they're all interchangeable, He deleted the scene ravings. That is wild. He can just delete that. I just like... It's so good. It's such a fucking good series. This is so good. Is this the final bad guy? Oh shit, dude, this is good. You've read this already, Wiz. Holy shit, this is so, I can see how you're so hyped up for AMON. Oh, I get it now. Oh shit, I fucking stole it, dude. Oh my god. A sharp scream filled with anger, viciousness sounded. This was indescribable pain in it. The mutated tree trembling intensified until it calmed down at some point. Streams of light flew out within and surged into Amon's body. Taking out a piece of silk, Amon took off his monocle and wiped as he mumbled, "How foolish." Oh, this is the first time he's taking it off. How foolish. She actually believed me when I said it's too late. So it wasn't too late. One flaw with Hellos who are on the brink of losing control is that they're brainless and easily fooled. So she could have escaped. How foolish. She actually believed it when I said it's too late. One flaw with fellows who are on the brink of losing control is that they're brainless and easily fooled. If she had carefully thought about it, how could she not realize the problems with it? If I could quickly finish her off and steal her fate, why would I be wasting so much time chatting with her? And Avatar, I feel like that's such a big trope. When you know it's too late, like the bad guy purposely talks to you. I feel like that's a common trope. So I feel I can see that. Why would I be wasting so much time chatting with her? And Avatar is an avatar after all. Damn, this guy is smart. After Amon wore his monocle again, the stream of light. Okay, so the monocle is enhancing the stream of light. Okay, I'm catching this. Okay, so the monocle is a mystical item. Just like the other guy. Oh, the other guy was a fucking avatar of Amon. Ah! Amon didn't delete the ravings. He did worse. He changed the info you get when drinking the potion. What? He changed the information. What the fuck is this beyonder ability? What? Bro, man, I'm so confused. I gotta read the wiki. I gotta read. You guys have to censor parts of the wiki for this description, but I gotta read it. This shit is so in depth. At this moment, a figure was phasing through the woods, Hazel in hunting gear. Oh, she tried to avenge her. She seemed to sense something as she subconsciously looked over only to see Amon. Oh shit. Then she revealed a surprised smile. Teacher, have you recovered? Oh, someone has noticed a problem with you. It's best to hide. Amon listened in silence before curling the sides of his mouth slowly. All right. No fucking way. No, did he eat Hazel? Is she dead? Read my message. Normally, when someone becomes a parasite, you would just know not to parasitize an animal, but Amon deleted that knowledge. He deleted. Oh my god. Oh, so that's why Hazel's teacher parasitized the rat. She didn't know better. What? Oh my god. Wait a fucking minute. Back it up. Who the fuck is Amon now, man? I got so many. Oh, wait, timestamp. I have a badass banger ass fucking theory. Get your top hats. I gotta get my top hats for this. Hold up. Okay, hold up. So it's like now Klein. No, I did not. What are you gonna just get me over me? No spoilers. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. So if we know Klein is able to have more control over the real world as he ascends, you know, as beyond ranks, hits sequence 0, becomes a full, i.e., etc. So there's gonna come a point when he hits sequence 0, he's gonna be able to engulf the whole world in the Grey Fog, right? Stay with me. Stay with me. And we know, bro, keep the song. What the fuck? You know what? I feel like the song fits with the theory. Well, keep the song playing. I thought that was it. Okay. So if we know Klein is gonna have better control over the Grey Fog as he, you know, as he enhances and goes up the ranks and whatnot, the whole world of Backland, and it's gonna like theory away, my king. Hold your hat. All right, buckle up. Get tinfoil hats. The whole world that will eventually be able to be covered by the Grey Fog, and I feel like at that point. That's this part. Hold on, I'm thinking off the top of my head. At this point, that's where he can like everything converges back to the Grey Fog, and then eventually that can bring about the original creator, because now that everything is engulfed in the Grey Fog, he can like pull in everything, right? So once you do that, bah, you bring back the OG, like the original, the god. And then this is leading me to think about the City of Silver. Go to Horny Joe? What'd I say? Oh, okay, he's talking about him. Okay, so, and now we know that there is a bridge between the Abyss and the City of Silver, right? Stay with me. There's this black miasma that was shown in the murals, right? When they came out of the Abyss and they get corrupted. Who's to know that the Abyss pathway has its own black void? No, we don't. Interesting. It has its own black void, and that's why all of the City of Silver is in. I feel, what the fuck? We've talked about this. Wait, no, I lied. We've talked about it. Hold up, let him. Wait, no. Have we talked about this? I feel like I've talked about this. So, I actually, no, we have talked about this. That the City of Silver was engulfed by the Abyss, and that's why everything's contaminated, right? So maybe there's like, thank you, AMON Klein. Well, not him exactly, but like something with the Abyss, or maybe like AMON was able to like engulf or corrupt everything with his like black fog, right? Because there was a point where it talks about a black fog. You talked about it with Wiz, I think we did talk about that, Mick. Okay, but not about the. Okay, so like if Klein can use his Gray Fog's ability to enhance more of the world, I think that's what happened to the City of Silver. Like the black fog or whatever that shit was, like engulfed it, right? Because it has a bigger range now. Like whatever Beyonder hits Sequence 0, he has a bigger range over the whole domain. But I think that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. But now we'll keep reading. Yo, what's up, dude? What's up, man? How you doing, man? All right, I think that's it. That's all I got. Let's keep reading. Apparently the song keeps going. All right, chapter 985. Fuck, I didn't do my timestamp. 984! 984 is active response. Bro, this is actually the greatest piece of fiction we've ever read. I love this series. Holy shit. 984 is called active response. How am I in time? Okay, we got 58 minutes left before it ends, before stream has to hard stop. Klein didn't directly teleport back to 160 Boakland Street. Let me lower the volume down a bit. It's kind of loud on my end. He didn't return to 160 Boakland Street. 4 was stolen by AMON. That's wild, man. Klein didn't directly teleport back to 160 Boakland Street. Instead, he went to the sea with Uni, found a secluded spot, and chanted the honorific name of the food. He went so far away. Clearly, haven't read Vagabond. I love What do you mean? I got Vagabond right here. Look, you can see my volumes, Wiz. I got 2 volumes of Vagabond. I read this a long time ago. Why am I the only one that can't hear the song? It's too low? Really? I can hear it. Can you guys hear the music? Then he took 4 steps counterclockwise and went above the Gray Fog. With a beacon, he summoned a paper figurine. Immediately after that, he picked up one of the cards of blasphemy and a long bronze table in front of him. He placed it inside his body. Klein suddenly had an additional dark red robe. Oh, he's using it. Okay, the appearance seemed to look like rust instead of gunpowder that had been stained by copious amounts of blood. Damn. As for his face, it was covered by a dark gold mask. The patterns on it were ancient and set off a constructed appearance, with the crown he wore that was embedded with gems and sparkled red, blue, and green. This was a change that the Red Priest card brought about. Damn, that's such a cool-ass appearance. I apologize, Mr. Easy. I was not familiar with your game. What game? What'd I do? I don't even know what I said. Oh, shit. Oh, you mean Vagabond? Hell yeah, brother! After repeated experiments, Klein had confirmed that certain traits of the Red Angel card were very compatible with the Paper Angel's inference. The effects with fate that allowed the relevant powers of the mysterious space above the Gray Fog to be further enhanced. Therefore, he had chosen it instead of the Black Emperor Tyrant cards, okay? After completing this, Klein, in the form of the Red Priest, picked up a paper figurine and shook it. He then fused it with a Gray Fog that surged over, throwing it and the rippling blob of light that responded him, offering a prayer. The paper figurine quickly burgeoned, turning into an angel bathing in gold light. Flames crisscrossed behind it, taking onto the form of the 12 pair of wings. This war of angel that used a secret connection that was generated from a prayer to descend upon the world and envelop Klein and Uni with its fiery wings. Wait, what? Hell yeah, dude! I have every volume of Berserk. What do you mean? I have every single volume. I have every release volume of Berserk. I have the first print, by the way. I'm a flex. I've been collecting Berserk for years. The war angel that used a secret connection that was generated from a prayer to descend upon the world and develop Klein and Uni with its fiery wings. Only with this done did Klein relax, putting down the now he can relax. Putting down the Red Priest card, he returned to the real world. He first sought out food for creeping hunger before returning to 160 Boatland Street with Uni. One transformed back into Dwayne Dantes, while the other turned into a young man with mixed blood. Oh, I took it off. I figured I just have the card right here, just to free up a little bit more space. Typically, a ball continued until midnight, and of course, people were permitted to leave before then. And after all, most of them were willing to dance late into the night. Were young adults. Wow, I cannot read. I got too excited. My brain shut down. Phew. AMON is truly terrifying. Just a battle involving a Marauder Pathways demigod was enough to garner his attention. Even if one was in the city and any other was in the suburbs, at his level, the law beyond a characteristic convergence should be extremely substantial. Yes, I can't eliminate the possibility that the demigod's mutation, while being on the brink of losing control, had caught Amon's notice. Klein couldn't help but recall everything that had happened, afraid that he would find a thin monocle-wearing, young, refined man sitting in a reclining chair behind him while sipping from a glass of red wine when he turned around. Oh, shit. This could be such a crazy-ass moment. He felt... I feel like Amon has probably been with us from the beginning, dude. There's no shot this enigma hasn't been with us since volume 1. There has to be a fucking, like, a rat, a bird, an insect, something that was with Klein from the beginning that we just, like, completely missed. Oh, I mean, I missed. You guys know. But there has to be something. He felt lucky that he had art. Dude, I can't wait to reread book 1 and see if there's, like, a freaking bird that's just looking at him, just making eye contact. He felt lucky that he had already become a demigod and can converge the aura of the Grey Fog to prevent Beyonders with a particular pathway from detecting it. Otherwise, with the interest Amon had shown in the past, his focus definitely would have been placed on Gurman Sparrow instead of the Marauder Pathway demigod. If it had been caused, he might have not left so successfully by teleporting. The rat wasn't wearing a monocle, so it can't be Amon. Oh, no. Okay, hold up. God, I hope you mean volume 1. I mean, probably volume 1. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, my bad. Wait, hold up. The birds weren't wearing monocules. When all the birds were chirping before he ate Jacob's descendant, there was no... the birds weren't wearing monocules. Hold up. No. You're throwing me off. The rat wasn't wearing a monocle, so it can't be a monocle. Ascent is throwing me off the scent. Oh, okay. I see. You almost got me, bro. You almost finessed me. No. The birds were not wearing monocules. He felt lucky. How do you know that? It wasn't specifically stated. So, by default, you can't neither confirm nor deny. He felt lucky that he had already become a demigod and could converge the aura of the Grey Fog to prevent Beyonders with a particular pathway from detecting it. So that's why he just said, Bizarro Sorcerer of Evernight. He couldn't detect it. Otherwise, with the interest Amon had shown in the past, his focus definitely would have been placed on Gurman Sparrow instead of the Marauder Pathway demigod. Okay, that makes sense. If that had been the case, he might have not left so successfully by teleporting, as Amon in Backland was likely only an avatar client. So now, like, where's his real body? Do you think he has to wear a monocle at all times? I don't think so, because his avatar was able to take it off and wipe it. There has to be like a limit, or maybe you can like briefly. Maybe. Klein was still rather confident of the Paper Angel's inference. He believed that the King of Angels had no means to trace him all the way to 160 Bulkland Street from a trail of breadcrumbs, and also determined that he was Dwayne Dantes. But this still didn't ease his mind. This was because the Marauder Pathway demigod was involved in Bulkland Street as well. She had encountered Admiral Blood here and had been forced to trigger the explosives. Following parasitizing a rat here, she had been weighted by mirrors, leaning about the Marauder Pathway Angel, who was in need of replenishment, and was blasted from on the way. Wow, I can't read, man. I'm too fucking excited, bro. Man, my brain is shutting down. I think Amon is just not complete without the monocle. As she had refused to answer the mirror's questions, she was struck by lightning and had to move to Moose Manor. She was struck by lightning and had to move to Moose Manor. In addition to Hazel, the target she attempted to parasitize, but she was her student on the surface, was influenced by a power illusion tonight, exposing her teacher's condition. All these factors combined might have made Amon pay a visit. The more Klein thought about it, the more unsafe he found Buckland. He has to dip. We need to fucking leave pronto. So we gotta leave. I'm gonna lower the volume to a little bit more. It's so loud for me today. It's so weird. I'm sorry. From his point of view, just the warning about a Marauder Pathway Angel is in desperate need for replenishment was enough for Amon to take up residence in Bulkland Street for a period of time. So that's why he went. Of course, there was extremely small chances the Marauder Pathway demigod escaped and got nothing, and that nothing was divulged. However, Klein believed it was impossible. As for all, even he had the confidence of handling the matter himself, much less Amon, who had a certain level of control over the Marauder Pathway existences. Fucking shit. I shouldn't have been wary against the Grandpa and Larnard. I'm gonna lower the volume. Now it got loud. The song goes up and down. Everything would have been settled rather quickly. I would have been in a situation of attracting AMON. What do I do next? Regardless, I need to do something. Otherwise, not only will my identity as Dwayne Dantes be at risk, I might even implicate Leonard on Pine Street as the ordinary people of Bulkland Street. Who knows if AMON will suddenly parasitize them or not? Damn. As Kleinstad's world, his expression grew heavy and began seriously considering eliminating Amon's avatar. I don't know if that can work. I don't think it's that easy. His first idea was to establish contact with Leonard and come up with a plan with his grandpa and Palat Zorost. With this, Murad Angel's knowledge of Amon shared the same pathway. It was likely that he could come up with a good plan. His first idea was to establish contact with Leonard. We read this. He could come up with a good plan. Klein immediately took out his pen and paper in preparation to write. But after making a few scribes with fountain pen, he paused. He found the confidentiality lacking because describing in detail might result in having an effect on Faye. Oh. Allowing Amon to notice it ahead of time. The more secure method would be to pull Leonard above the Great Fog. Then the discussion can be held there and have him relay it and discuss it with Palazaros. Apart from this, what else can be done? Report it to church and get them to disinfect all of Backland? I don't think that can happen. Klein put down his fountain pen and muttered silently as he considered other proposals. He soon gave up on the thought of reporting Amon because Leonard hadn't done so previously. Klein is smart. With the understanding that Grandpa and him had blasted Amon, it implied that this method was useless. Either there was a huge flaw or it might end up affecting oneself. It's better to ask Leonard first and gain a better situation of the exact situation before coming to a decision. Klein quickly made up his mind. It's better to ask Leonard first and gain a better situation, the exact situation before coming to a decision. Klein quickly came up with mine. Sorry, time loop. He temporarily suppressed the urge to draw the symbol in Ascarodes or use the paper crane to contact Snake of Fate Will Ossipton. After dismissing Uni, he entered the master bedroom's bathroom, took 4 steps counterclockwise, and arrived above the Great Fog. Sitting at the seat of the fool, Klein conjured the world Grim and Sparrow and made the fake person pray piously. Honorable Mr. Fool, please inform Leonardo Mitchell that I've discovered traces of blasphemy Amon. I hope that he can head to your kingdom as soon as possible to discuss the subsequent actions. The time will be up to him to decide. And after throwing the prayer's content into the Crimson Star representing Leonard, Klein added the fool. There's no need to hide it from Palazaros. It's happening. There's fucking more. In the outskirts of Northborough in a sparse forest, in the outskirts of Northborough in the sparse forest, where the fuck is he? He's in the forest. Leonard extended his right hand and held down a blurry wild wolf's figure. The wolf whimpered as the flames burning in its eyes dissipated, returning to normal. Its normal? What the fuck did I say? Returning to normal. Its body faded away and vanished into the wind. However, it no longer had the bloodthirsty feeling it previously exuded. All was calm and serene. In the north of the continent, after the Pale Era, the 7 Orthodox churches, along with the various nations, jointed push for a cemetery burial act, which had been strictly carried out to this day. Why am I losing my voice today, man? Holy shit. As the number of humans that turned into ghosts were rare, the only exception involved the difficult to detect deaths in the slums or drowning victims that couldn't be fished. That's why the music is much louder for you. Out on time, however, the spirit of the deceased weren't only limited to humans. All kinds of wild animals and all kinds of creatures of spirituality could become spectators under certain conditions. Furthermore, are we recording? Yes. Furthermore, it was impossible for them to head to human cemeteries to have themselves interred. Wow, I can't read, man. I'm so out of it. I got way too excited, man. My brain shut down. And have them way too interred. This often resulted in rumors of ghost sightings in the wild. Damn, I feel like we're regressing in our reading comprehension today, man. I 110% apologize. Just as he put the wild wolf to rest, Leonard suddenly saw a boundless gray white fog appeared before his eyes as the world Grim and Sparrow's prayers resounded in his ears. Traces of Blasphemer Amon. He's going to try and trace him. Traces of Blasphemer Amon. He is still in Backland. Leonard's eyelids twitched as he tensed up immediately. As he had received Mr. Fool's instructions, he didn't hesitate to speak with a suppressed voice. Old man, did you see this? Did you hear it? Palazaros' slightly aged voice resounded once again. No. Although I sensed an anomaly, I didn't see or hear anything. It will only happen if I deepen my parasitization of you, which we do not want to happen. Allowing me to directly control your astral projection? No. Do you think I'm a fool? You are a fool's believer. From the looks of it, Mr. Fool's response is done through astral projection. Leonard thought before he said in deliberation. Old man Klein informed me via Mr. Full that he had discovered traces of AMON. He wants me to head over to Mr. Full's kingdom to discuss this matter. Do you have any suggestions? Palazaros Full signed for a few seconds before he let out a long sigh. If he wishes to deal with AMON's avatar in Backland, tell him that unless he has the blessings of concealment, the outcome would be as you expect it to be. Oh shit. AMON stole easy geeky reading comprehension. I think that's what happened today. Fucking AMON stole my reading comprehension today. Shit, man. Oh, by saying this, old man is giving preconditions. He means that he will only be willing to cooperate with the blessings of concealment. Leonard's mind raced as he immediately found a dark corner and informed the world Klein via prayer that he could do it immediately. As for the danger that resulted from losing control of his body in the wilderness, Leonard wasn't worried since he still had a Marauder Pathway angel in his body. Before long, he saw the Crimson Tide surge towards him and inundate him. Next chapter, 985. Chapter 985. Chapter 985. Blessed of Concealment. Okay, so we got the Blessed of Concealment. All right, let me raise the volume. Birthday cake power. Oh, don't remind me, Cammy. I hope we get a season 2. I'm gonna go watch the movie, and I hope we get a season 2 announcement after, man. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be the best season ever. It's gonna be the best Chainsaw Man is. And I just caught up the other day. Wow. Above the boundless grayish white inside the magnificent palace, just as Leonardo Mitchell's figure appeared side by side a long bronze table, he subconsciously stood up and wanted to bow to Mr. Full. However, when he looked over, he found the seat empty. No one was sitting there. Doesn't Mr. Full usually sit there? A thought flashed through Leonard's mind as he cast his gaze to the other end of the long model table. The world was sitting there silently as though he was fused with a gray fog in an instant blur. There's only the two of us. There's no need to deliberately use Grimspur's appearance, Leonard casually said to the world as he sat back down. Oh, man, it's only the... Oh, I'm about to cry, dude. No! It's only us two. You don't have to keep up your appearance as Gerben Sparrow. Come on, man. I'm about to cry. Oh, shit. Oh, man. They have such a good bromance chemistry. I love it, man. Ah, shit. After discovering Mr. Fool's absence, he instantly became relaxed. He wasn't as reserved as he was in a previous Tarot gathering. He loosened up. Just short of throwing his leg up on the table. It's a habit, Klein replied succinctly. Leonard nodded and thought, I heard that Germer's persona at sea is cold, reserved, refined, and a polite person. Your current performance matches the description very well. However, you wasn't like that in the past. Klein, you have to remember that you're only acting. Do not be affected by your persona as Germer Sparrow. Hey, I pulled you up here to discuss AMON, not to have a chat. It's like, get back on topic. Why do you show so little concern towards your grandpa's matters, Klein? Because he cares more about him, dude. Klein had indeed made it a habit to use the world's persona in such situations, but when this was pointed out by Leonard, he was a little embarrassed to change back into his original appearance. He tearfully acknowledged that he would keep it in mind. Did Palazaros teach you about the part that you're only acting? Yes. Leonard answered frankly. This grandpa seemed pretty good. He mentioned such crucial information to Leonard. Compared to him, the rat demigod from before was really up to no good. He's getting nagged at? Yeah, a little bit. She didn't teach Hazel any of the most common knowledge. Even if she did, she distorted some of it. Huh. No matter how unafflicted you are, how could they not know anything at the level of demigod? Even that half-crazy sea serpent Calvatua knew how to respond to rituals or obtain sacrificial items. It even knew some theory and how to perform bestowments. Klein established a first impression of Palazaros. However, he was... Oh, because of Amon. He wasn't hasty to make a judgment. After all, fishing was an activity that required bait. Just one instance didn't prove much. Seeing Klein being silent, Leonard cut the small talk and got down to business. Where did you discover the traces of blasphemy Amon? Klein went straight to the point. I was putting a demigod of the Marauder Pathway who was on the brink of... Wait. I was pursuing a demigod of the Marauder Pathway who was on the brink of losing control. However, I ended up encountering Amon at the outskirts of Backland. All I could do was use Mr. Fool's powers to directly escape. Amon's avatar really is still in Backland. Leonard sighed before he asked in a rather curious and delusory manner, why were you pursuing a Marauder Pathway demigod who was on the brink of losing control? After he asked the question, he realized something as he swiftly added, if it involves some of the plans of Mr. Fool, pretend as though I never asked. Why isn't dealing with Beyonders on the brink of losing control or those who have lost control the duty of a Nighthawk? Aw, man. Klein sighed when he heard Leonard's question. It stirred up memories of his time in Tingen City. Oh, man, I'm about to cry. In that short 2+ months, he had handled many similar matters and included the mandated pressures of the Church of the Storms, who turned into a monster. Hood Eugene's loss of control, and oh man, oh shit, and Old Neo's corruption by the Hidden Sage. Although there were only a handful that left a deep impression on him, it drilled certain actions deep to the bone. Therefore, after taking into account everything that he knew and coming to the conclusion that a Marauder Pathway demigod was on the brink of losing control after rapidly biting someone, he didn't hesitate and used his illusion from downstairs. From that, he gained confirmation from Hazel and didn't even wait a day or two to make preparations. All he did was do a divination above the Grey Fog and came up with a rough plan before taking action. Such matters were emergencies for him. In addition, Klein had long had the intention of getting rid of the Marauder Pathway demigod because the malignant she had shown when dealing with Hazel was obvious. Furthermore, she had tried to entice Miss Magician to seek out treasures that was in actual fact a trap. If it wasn't because of lacking differences in strength, he wouldn't have taken action back then. After all, he was afraid of unnecessary accidents would ensue as a result. It was precisely because of this that he followed his predetermined plan to eliminate her once he confirmed the Marauder Pathway demigod's condition. The first stage of his plan was to lure the enemy out of Moose Manor to prevent her from producing her incomplete mythical creature form before dying, as that would have affected the ordinary people. The result was pretty satisfactory. With himself as bait, he achieved his goal, but he failed to use air cannon bombardment. Yeah, the memories kind of came back to me a second there, man. That shit was sad. He failed to use air cannon bombardment to finish the battle. This made the Marauder Pathway demigod flee into the woods and parasitize a tree. The fact that you can parasitize a tree, like wild, man. I mean, well, you can still see the rat eyes inside and whatnot, but still. Klein actually had a second stage to his plan and had even prepared contingencies in the event he failed to eliminate her. To his surprise, AMON suddenly appeared, making him terminate all his plans and flee without any hesitation. Klein contingency was to let a marionette escape the battlefield and write to the experimental demigod byproduct of the numinous Episcopate Patrick Bryan to get his help. This undying likely possessed the ability to traverse the spirit world after all, and if there were any additional unforeseen circumstances, he could summon Miss Messenger and make payment after the deed. Yeah, we can just summon her again. As his memory surfaced, Klein replied to Leonard with a sighing tone, a secret. After pausing for a second, he asked, "Why did you find an opportunity to inform the Church of the Evernight about the arrival of Amon's avatar in Backland?" Leonard hurriedly gave an explanation indicating that if Amon's actual body were to arrive, a deity's descent was almost certain. Damn. Shit. Technically, Evernight has descended twice. One confirmed and second implied at the end of Volume 2. When you can see the woman with like star-like eyes looking down from above or whatever. But then there's the one, oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was her both times. Wow, man, my legs got itchy. I'm way too excited. He also explained that AMON could use the death of his avatar to see the corresponding changes in destiny. I don't remember reading that. AMON could use the death of his avatar to see the corresponding changes in the destiny, thus finding the source of the stir and figuring out the activity range of the mastermind. It was also Mon's style to circle about a superficial avatar but hide a dozens or hundreds of avatars. Oh my god, bro. Are we kidding? Are you kidding me? It's more of occupying a vessel than straight up descending. Well, yeah, like they don't physically descend, but they would possess like an angel, and like that angel will be their vessel. Got it. No, that was explained last volume, Mac. Yeah, I think I got that. I think I did. Guys, we probably will see Easy cry during the episode review of shit. You gonna fucking see me cry like a little bitch tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna take out my piano. I'm gonna wear the suit. I'm gonna wear the top hat. Tomorrow is a day of mourning and grieving. The suit and tie comes out tomorrow, not just the button up. The suit and tie come out tomorrow. Otherwise, Mr. Full might have been replaced. It's no wonder Leonard didn't report the matter for AMON to appear so openly. Fuck, man. Wow. Wait, I skipped a sentence. It was also Mon's style to circle about a superficial avatar, but hide. Wait, it was also Mon's style to circle about a superficial avatar like the one we saw in the forest, but hide a dozens, or hundreds of avatars, all the birds. Amon's avatars could parasitize all kinds of creatures with spirituality. If one wasn't a demigod, they wouldn't even notice the parasitize. Okay, so that confirms that all the creatures don't need monocules. So we're not going to see birds flying around with monocules. So I think we're good. Towards the end, Leonard informed Klein in detail about the example old man had raised on how AMON would steal one's destiny. This sent a chill running down Klein's back, thankful he hadn't been rash in dealing with AMON, otherwise Mr. Full might have been replaced. Shit, don't say that. Mr. Full might have been replaced. It's no wonder Leonardo didn't report the matter. For AMON to appear so openly, he is actually fishing. Furthermore, he had even more avatars hiding in secret, and he can parasitize the microbes in the air. That's so wild. What the? He is everywhere. He is literally everywhere. He is like factually, actually everywhere. This alone sends my scalp tingling. The creatures I can control at the moment can't even reach that state. The smaller the creature, the harder it is to see the spare body threads. It's quite a special case. Sign, I can't see the church. I can't use the church's powers unless it's done by someone who is without any problems in every aspect. Klein commiserated as he gained a deeper understanding of Amon's terror. It left him a deeper impression. Shit. From his point of view, Leonard was an excellent candidate to report the matter to the Church of the Evernight, but with Palazzo Ross parasitizing him, he didn't dare expose his existence to Amon. In addition, the hanged man could only shoulder this responsibility, but he was unable to provide the source of the news. This meant the problems that deserved deeper investigations into. Wow, I can't read. One choice after another flashed across wow, I cannot read today. Wow, I'm way too excited, bro. My eyesight is all over the place today. One choice after another flashed across Klein's mind. Finally, he paused on himself. His identities as Klein and German Sparrow. We need a new identity now. Holy shit. As a bless of the Evernight, I assume it's freaking Hermes. Not Hermes. Merlin. It has to be Merlin. Hermes Merlin. It has to be that. Because I've read that name. Because ever since we've announced like 10 years of content, people were a little bit too excited on Twitter, so I did read the name Merlin Hermes. I assume this is going to be his next persona. And I've seen artwork of Klein with long hair and a robe. Oh, Bizarro Sorcerer, Mage. He looks like a sorcerer. Long hair, cool, edgy robe covering his face. You're using the name Merlin. I think that fits. I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of bummed out I accidentally saw that. But it's okay. We couldn't have avoided spoilers for so long. It's okay. We had to have been spoiled at one point. But it's so minor. I think it's cool. Amon wouldn't be able to pick faults with that. And having involved myself with the battle of the Marauder Pathway Demigod tonight as the bizarre sorcerer who had witnessed Amon and is now in possession of the knowledge of the Angel of Time's avatar is here in Backland, it's also very normal, not something that will garner Amon's suspicion. One confirmed nor denied, you'll have to find out, bet. At the same time, as I'm a bless of the Evernight, just the loss of an avatar likely won't incur his full wrath for revenge. After all, he might be facing a very possible trap, a deity's descent. Oh, so Amon won't react because like, oh, if that's a bizarre sorcerer of Evernight, him killing my avatar is probably a trap for Evernight, and then that's her chance to descend and face off against him. Okay, so he can't even act rashly. Got it. Facing a very possible trap, a deity's descent. Got it. Having a backer really feels good. However, a price is always exacted for what fate bestows. Klein quickly came to a conclusion over the matter. Fuck, what would be his price? Then he habitually changed his point of view and began considering the matter from Amon's point of view. Amon is definitely no stranger to bizarre sorcerers. He can determine my pathway from my control of the marionettes and my swapping of locations. Since Amon allowed a bizarre sorcerer to flee, he must have made preparations to be exposed. He might even be hoping to attract his target he is looking for. Oh shit, so it was like a double trap. I was using Gerben Smurf's face, but that doesn't imply anything. A faceless appearance is the least of one's concern. Then how would Amon determine my identity? His spirituality? A powerhouse that lurks in the dark and a demigod of the sheer pathway. As a Church of the Evernight and the Secret Order are in control of the formulas, ingredients, and a mermaid. There are almost no unaffiliated bizarre sorcerers. The descendants of the Antigonus family have all been wiped out. Therefore, bizarre sorcerer is either from the Secret Order or a secret proxy that the Church of the Evernight secretly nurtures. Secretly, I feel like that's like hinting of the Evernight. Like maybe this is her plan. Together with me being in Backland, the answer is almost obvious. Due to those reasons, Amon wouldn't find it difficult to determine that the Church of the Evernight is aware of his whereabouts and will begin an operation to wipe him out. My reporting of him will be within expectations. Not doing so would be abnormal. How the... Bro, Klein is too smart. Like, he's like, I have to report it, otherwise it looks abnormal. Wow. This guy is too fucking smart, man. Yes, he will definitely be hiding, even if he replaces the identity of Marauder Pathway Demigod. He wouldn't come to Buckland Street anytime soon. Having made judgment, Klein immediately felt a little more relieved because it meant that he would have plenty of time to prepare. What an idea do you have? Seeing Klein prolong silence after he finished his description, Leonard couldn't help but ask. Klein remained in thought and asked without answering. What suggestions does Palazaros have regarding this? He said that if you wish to deal with Amon's avatar in Backland, you have to first obtain the blessings of concealment. Leonardo replied truthfully. This is gonna be such a good fight. Oh shit, chat disconnected. 1 sec. Okay, I think chat is back. Let me read this part. Of concealment. Leonardo replied truthfully. Blessings of concealment. Palazaros is openly trying to test me. Half the symbol behind the full seat represents concealment. Using paper angels and red priest card, I can stir the powers of the mysterious space above the gray fog, making it possible for me to disrupt Amon's avatar. However, it's probably unable to prevent him from prying into fate itself. However, two howevers. Okay, there's another however. I still have another identity as Evernight's Blessed, and another title of the goddess is the Mother of Concealment. Is eliminating Amon's avatar considered paying the price of receiving a bestowment? Seems like both Klein's thoughts before replying in a deep voice. I have a lot to digest. Tell Palazaros that I'm a blessed concealment. I will attempt to pray for help. He was referring to being the blessed of the mother concealment, but it was certain that Palazaros would understand it as being the fool's blessed. But not entirely. Just a random username if you want a hint. Pokemon? Amon is cooked. Klein has time to prepare. It's like... Wait, so... Okay, hold up. So Klein is actually going to try and take out Amon's avatar. But Amon's avatar had all those fucking birds around him. So when Amon's avatar is killed, he would still be able to like see its fate. Batman logic? Wow, man. Man, this is such a big head volume now. Oh my goodness. You really got to think outside the box now. I'm not ready, man. Oh shit. Okay. I think we got time. We have time for one more chapter. All right. 986. Last chapter for today. Chapter 9. This is such a good chapter. Oh my god, chapter. This is such a good stream today. Wow, what a good fucking volume. Chapter 986 is called The Infectiousness of Parasitizing. Wow, I'm getting hungry. So Mr. Fool also has the authority and the aspect of concealment. Leonard came to realization as he understood why Old Man had specifically mentioned that he needs for blessings of concealment. Without waiting for his reply, Klein added, in addition, tell Palazaros that Amon might very well know that there's a Marauder Pathway Angel in the vicinity of Buckland Street. This Leonard's pupils dilated as he blurted out, how would he know that? It's not convenient to tell you why, Klein mumbled inwardly before replying rather sternly. It's not like I'm Amon. Okay. Why would you say that, brother? Subtle foreshadowing. It's not like I'm Amon. Which of his actions or words made you come to this conclusion? Leonardo asked subconsciously. No, it's not who told him. Klein chuckled response. Indeed, Leonardo nodded as he said, no problem, I'll inform Old Man of this. He paused for a moment before asking, are you waiting for him to give you a detailed plan? Klein tearfully acknowledged. When it comes to the knowledge of Amon and Marauder Pathway, few are better than him. Having said only few are better than him. Having said that, Klein, who had determined that Amon wouldn't come to Buckland Street anytime soon, calmly added, there's no need to be in a rush to respond. Give me feedback at tomorrow's Tarot Gathering. From the looks of it, things haven't reached a critical stage yet. Leonard figured out most of the important information from Klein's words. He nodded slightly and said, all right, we will discuss this in detail at tomorrow's Tarot Gathering. After studying this matter, Klein immediately got up and bowed in the direction of the Door of Light. Mr. Fool, we are done. Leonard stood up, but before he could do anything, his vision became a blur of the crimson stellar light and inundated him. When he snapped awake, he found himself in the sparse forest on the outskirts of Northborough. Is there anything you wish to tell me? Palazaros' slightly aged voice sounded. Leonard clenched his throat and said, Klein told me that he's a blessed concealment. He can attempt to pray for help. Blessed of concealment indeed. Palas sighed and said, tell him that as long as he can really gain the blessing of concealment, I'm willing to provide help when it comes to dealing with Amon and finding all his avatars hiding in Backland. Oh, it's going to be good. Leonardo wasn't surprised by the answer as he chuckled. Oh man, you don't sound as weak as you make yourself to be. Pelazaros trickled wide, a hint of anger in his tone. Didn't you read through Rizzo's quotes? I recall that there's a saying that a starving camel is bigger than a horse. That will deepen on the breed of the horse and camel. Leonardo retorted habitually before asking, Old man, how should we deal with Amon? Do you plan on using yourself as bait? Ahem. Oh, Palaz snapped back. If that were the case, what we'll be facing will be Amon's actual body and not his avatars. When that happens, there's a high chance that it will instigate a deity's battle. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I might still have a chance of escaping. As for you, perhaps you'll return to Everknight's 10 Bros Heaven. Oh, so her domain. So back to Everknight's domain because he would die. Leonardo could only reply with chortle. Pelazaros continued, unlike the similar powers of other pathways, Amon's avatar can rapidly strengthen himself by absorbing the bionic characteristics of the Marauder pathway, therefore splitting even more worms of time. The fact that you can absorb a bionic characteristic. So what the fuck is with the whole law? Like, you can neither destroy nor create, but you can, like, absorb a bionic characteristic. Like, you can consume it. Like, you can just steal it and sap it. That's wild, bro. And do you guys have any artwork on that? By absorbing the bionic characteristic of the Marauder pathway, thereby splitting even more worms of time, allowing him to parasitize different creatures. As long as there's enough bionic characteristics, this process can keep happening. Is it? Oh. He's not destroying it. He's just absorbing it like Dunn did. No, but Dunn ate it. He's not destroying it. Okay, I lied. So if he's absorbing it, it's like he's technically eating it. Right? I'm like interpreting this absorbing and eating like in the same connotation here. He is eating it as an angel. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying, Mick. Okay. So when it's absorbing, he's like basically eating it. Got it. Got it. Parasitizing different, but like he's actually he's absorbing rather than like consuming the flesh. Him to parasitize different creatures as long as there's enough bionic characteristics, this process can keep happening. Isn't this like the spread of a plague? Leonardo felt a chill run down his back once again. If one had enough bionic characteristics of the Marauder pathway, Amon's avatar could go from parasitizing one person to the entire city. Okay. This is getting interesting. Pretty much, Pelazaros affirmed Leonard's guess inside. To deal with Amon, there's only one way to take action, using Marauder pathway bionic characteristics at the demigod level to bait him out. As long as you successfully finish off one of his avatars, there are ways to seek out and eliminate the rest. However, Amon is a master of deceit. We need to be careful, otherwise it might appear like we are baiting him, but in actual fact, he is baiting you. Holy shit. The bait becomes the hunter? Okay. Like, instead of, like, the predator, you become the prey. Okay. But in actual fact, he is baiting you. On this matter, concealment is of utmost importance. I understand. Leonard signed as he turned to ask, how strong could Amon's avatar be? Pelazaros fell silent for a few seconds as though in recollection. Finally, he said, in theory, his strongest avatar can reach the equivalent of a sequence 1. What the fuck? But it's almost impossible for him to do. It's almost impossible for him to do so. Just to make his mental state unstable and show signs of losing control. Ooh, okay. Typically, one of his avatars is a worm of time, each starting off as a weak sequence 4. Weak. However, each possesses the trait of an angel capable of shattering bionic characteristics. By absorbing sufficient amounts of Marauder pathway bionic characteristics, such an avatar can reach a level equivalent to a sequence 2. However, Amon seldom does so. His avatars will automatically fracture. Wait. His avatars will automatically fracture, like they split, and create even more avatars. Okay, we got to read all this. I see your messages, Mick. I got you. And also Arthur, I see your messages. Okay, here, let's read it. We're like halfway through the chapter. We got to talk about this. Furthermore, with the actual situation in Backland, it's very difficult for him to gather enough bionic characteristics that can raise his avatar to sequence 2. Okay, so there's not enough of a supply. Leonard thought carefully for a moment before asking, so we will be facing a group of Amons. Amongst them, a majority have the strength of a weak sequence 4, with a minority having the normal standards of a sequence 4, while an extremely small minority reach in sequence 3. This is going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. I can feel it. With Amon style, it's likely the case. However, you have to remember that Amon is good at deceit. Palazzoras warned, in addition, based on the time since Amon's avatar arrived in Backland, the number of Marauder pathways beyond her characteristics he has gathered to date can't be too much. After all, this is Backland. Also, the situation isn't right. His avatar will use the strongest ones at the center of the automatically gathers together to achieve an evolution in strength. The most important matter when dealing with Amon is to not let matters develop to this stage. Otherwise, there's no stopping Amon from escaping even if an angel of concealment domain arrives. It's truly difficult to deal with him. Besides, it's just an avatar he randomly threw out to develop themselves. Randomly. As expected of the Kings of Angels, after Leonard made a poignant sigh, he suddenly recalled Klein's reminder and hurriedly said, the Angel in Time had apparently already locked onto Marauder Pathway Demigod. Klein said that he had encountered a mod while pursuing the Demigod. Seems to know that there might be a Marauder Pathway Angel hidden in the region around Buckland Street. Palazzoras fell silent once again, remaining that way for a pretty good long time. Oh, they're going to use Hazel as bait. Palazzoras fell silent once again, remaining that way for a long period of time. After a while, with Leonard unable to stop himself from prodding a response, he lamented with a sigh, why is your former colleague as troublesome as you? What? Leonard wore a blank look. Palazzoras said in peeved manner, the reason why Amon knows that there's a Marauder Pathway Angel around Buckland Street is likely due to him. Old man, you have the ability to decrypt? Bro was playing Among Us before. He's been playing Among Us this entire time. You know what? When you put it that way, Sonny, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Leonard asked in puzzlement, Palaz Harumpht? I was using my brain. Otherwise, why do you think there's a prefix of Buckland Street? That's true. Anything that has to do with Buckland Street can't avoid Dwayne Dantes. Could it be some problem that fellow Klein created? Only then did Leonard come to realization. At this moment, Palaz died. Thankfully, he only said an angel and not my name. Otherwise, I suggest that we immediately leave Backland. Tell him that there are currently two solutions. First is to seek... I thought I'd say geek. First is to seek out a grade 1 sealed artifact of Marauder Pathway or find a demigod of Marauder... Do we know a demigod of Marauder Pathway? Or find a demigod of Marauder Pathway. Using them, we design a trap. You use the old man as a trap. The entire process requires the blessings of concealment. Furthermore, it needs to be natural, reasonable, normal, and in no way incur suspicion. Second, wait for Mon to enter Buckland Street. He might do a combination of replacing someone's identity and infiltrating through the air. Therefore, your former colleague needs to see through the grafting of fate or notice the abnormalities in the microbes. What? He must notice the abnormalities and the microbes that are in air particles. What? Otherwise, no matter what plans are employed, it will simply be feeding Amon. Leonard's eyelids twitched when he heard that as he solemnly nodded. I'll discuss these matters with him tomorrow afternoon. All right, Palazzoras sighed and said, also, if all the Amon avatars in Backland can be eliminated, most of the Worms of Times left behind will belong to me. As a form of replenishing himself, it's no wonder Old Man is willing to take the risk. Leonard asked an enlightenment due to the Worms of Time and having the beyonder characteristics of the Marauder Pathway. It might be the case in my hand, but not necessarily for others. Palaz explained simply, the Worms of Time left when Amon's avatar died will indeed contain a sufficient amount of beyonder characteristics in the beginning, but they will quickly deplete and return to the main body. The corresponding power is needed to prevent the phenomenon from happening. Leonard first nodded before asking in confusion, what was the Lux Siphon Charm made with the Worms of Time powerful? Why was the Lux Siphon Charms made from the Worm of Time so powerful? Palaz instantly scoffed. Have you forgotten what the essence of charm is? Its essence is the power obtained from a high level existence. It then uses the material that can handle this power as well as the powers obtained from the corresponding symbols to stabilize it. The Worm of Time's role is to be a unique vessel. Wait, okay. Let me read this slow. The Worms of Time role is to be a unique vessel. If the level of the high enough is its in essence is compatible and there's sufficient spirituality, the requirements will be met. Therefore, the power of the Lux Siphon Charm actually comes from Mr. Full. Leonard asked in thought. Palazzoras chuckled and said, yes, you can try praying to Amon as well as use his power to create a Lux Siphon Charm. Wait. You can try praying to Amon as well and use his powers to create Lux Siphon Charms. Of course, the uniqueness of the vessel matter will also affect the effects of the final product, In other words, different special materials will lead to different characteristics and powers based on response. Psi charms are very profound and complicated pieces of knowledge. It's not something you can completely grasp by having some curiosity education. You have to put more effort into it. Leonardo immediately felt somewhat ashamed. On Monday afternoon, using the powers of the mysterious space above the great fog to check on Hazel's family to confirm that there weren't any problems in the meantime, Klein patiently waited for convening of the terror gathering. Dark red beams shot up in the ancient palace before gradually calming down. With a pause, Audrey got up and bowed towards the end of the long bronze table. Good afternoon, Mr. Fool. What a damn good stop point. Okay. I apologize. We only read 5 chapters today, but it is what it is. And tomorrow we will be back stronger and better. Tomorrow gonna be the day Easy will witness the horror of Elotem. Look, man, I'm scared to watch episode 9, man. I'm not ready. So let's talk. You guys were trying to explain to me earlier. The birds have nothing to do with the fate thing. We went over that. Okay. I legit can't wait for you. Wait, we read this, Mick. Thank you. Batman can cook as a fraud. I do not know who that is. No, the old man said that if you kill an AMON, he just knows that's why he needs the blessing of concealment to hide from his main body. Got it? Okay, thank you. No, volume 6 is quite short. Okay, we read this. It is the longest volume. Wait, like done, didn't I? He's not destroying it. He is eating it as an angel. Done seeing a dead body. Anybody gonna eat that? No, man. Izigigi is like drinking an extra potion, kinda. I think that's how it was explained prior. It's like you're drinking an extra potion, but wouldn't that... Yeah, but it delays your digestion progression. But Dunn didn't care because he wanted his friends to be like with him, like his comrades. But now I'm like, how is that like enhancing Amon? If somebody kills him, they would get a shit ton of them. He absorbs it and uses the characteristics to further amass. Oh yeah, you're right. He gets more worms of time, creating more avatars as a result. Got it. Okay, he uses the extra characteristics to create more avatars than he normally could. Got it. What a masturbator. He is a masturbator. Weak. Basically, same as Dunn did. He was at the pinnacle of Sequence 7 because he had many characteristics. Amon is absorbing many Marauder characteristics to enhance his Marauder abilities to the max. Okay, got it. I really like Palatz. He treats Leonard like his grandson, best grandpa. You know what? Palatz is growing on me. In the beginning, he was very mysterious. I felt like he was just a bad guy in hiding. But like now he's putting him down the path to kind of like aid him a little bit more. But he's like, I'm not going to put myself at risk, but I can help you get rid of Amon. But like, I feel like it's a give and take situation, right? I really like it. Okay, so we like it. The moment when Amon gives you a cold, yeah, I don't know, man. He's giving me something. I'm getting a little excited. Tomorrow gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. So the Worm of Time is a high quality cup that can hold the powers of the Grey Fog, as well as directing it into the domain of stealing fate, due to its nature as a Marauder material. So when will you stream tomorrow? Same time tomorrow. Okay, man. I gotta digest this. I need to digest this. The plan is to go live tomorrow at the same time, and we end stream after like 3 hours. We're probably getting... shit, man. I feel like it has to be 2 hours. That way I have like an hour and a half to prepare for episode 9. We'll see. Either tomorrow we stream for 2 hours or 3 hours, give or take. We'll stream between 2 to 3 hours tomorrow. All I know, this was a banger-ass reveal. This was a damn good reveal. And I got to speak with Cammy. I got to figure out how to put the copyright thing in the description, because we do have to give... we do have to mention, like, we're reading the song from this person, and you can find it here. We do have to put that in the description, so I need to remember that. And I also have to put it on the live stream, so I'll go back right now, and we'll check that. But I got to head out. We got about 5 minutes. I had a blast reading with you guys. There was like about 40 of you guys during that reveal. I guess you guys really want to see that moment. I almost didn't even set up stream last night, and was just going to do a random stream. Oh, you guys would have been so mad at me if it was a random stream. Oof, thank God that didn't happen. Good thing we did this ahead of time. Good thing we warned you guys ahead of time. All right, peace. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for Lord of the Mysteries and Lord of Mysteries. I'm telling you, tomorrow we're taking out the suit and tie. Tomorrow is a day of celebration and mourning. But I'll see you guys then. All right, peace. Have a beautiful, loving day. Later, guys.